Good afternoon. My name is Staff Sergeant Sean Gregson, Seangregson, with the Calgary Police Service Homicide Unit. I'll provide a brief update and statement following that. You can ask me any questions you want. And it's very early in the investigation at this point, so I apologize ahead of time. I'm going to be limited in how much I can provide. At about 9:15 today, on January 4th, 2024, we were called to a residence located in the 100 block of Braden Crescent Northwest. We had reports of a home invasion there, and upon arrival, we located one deceased person and 2 other additional victims. The 2 victims were transported to the Foothills Hospital and remain in stable and serious condition. And we are investigating the death as a homicide at this point. Autopsy scheduled for tomorrow at 9 a.m. And we're still working on identity of the deceased right now and won't be able to provide any information until following the autopsy. Our officers are continuing to investigate this. Our homicide team is briefing on it right now. And we're seeking any information related to anybody who that may have been in the area. I've seen any suspicious vehicles, suspicious people to come forward. Anybody with CCTV, we're out canvassing right now. And if we haven't spoken to you or the people that may have some information, we'd like to speak to them. People can contact us through our non-emergency line or through Crime Stoppers. I'm available for any questions now.
I believe there's any connection between this one and the home invasion robbery in Canada, 12 hours, just 12 hours.
Yeah, we're aware of that one as well. We don't see any immediate connection right now, but definitely we're not ruling that out. But at this time, don't believe that they're related.
Is the deceased individual the resident of the home or someone else?
Like I said, identity hasn't been confirmed yet, but we believe he was a resident there.
Were firearms involved in any way?
We're still looking into that. I believe there was some initial information that came across that there could be, but that hasn't been confirmed yet.
Just speaking to residents in the area, I know that they'd mentioned that there was an older couple that had lived there, declined in health, potentially taken out of the home, and their son was a frequent visitor to that home. Can you say whether or not there's any organized crime, gang-related potential links at this point?
Not that we see right now, but obviously given the nature of what's occurred, we're open to that as a possibility. But in terms of the people living there before, I don't believe that they were present at the time.
Is this random? Is it targeted?
It has all the hallmarks of being targeted right now, and what we're trying to determine who was the target.
What were they at? What were the intruders after?
That's going to form part of our investigation that unfortunately I can't speak to today.
Is there any particular time frame that police are looking for in terms of CCTV video, any other details they're looking for that might get public attention that could?
Yeah, that's a very good question. This morning at around 9:15 is when the call came in, and we believe that's when the incident occurred. So anytime this morning from early hours, in the event somebody could have been in there ahead of time, watching the residents up till 9:30 when the event occurred.
Any idea how many assailants have been involved?
I'm not going to release that right now.
Can you say whether or not this call came in as a shooting at this point?
There could have been some of that initially. Whether that's accurate or not, though, we're still trying to determine.
You know, whether or not there were reports of potential gunshots being heard?
I don't know off the hand, yeah.
So that leads to my further question. At the scene, there was an arrow at the scene. Police were investigating. Do you happen to know whether or not a bow and arrow was used in this case?
I know that there's evidence being collected there. What was actually used in that incident and what other items were located in and around the scene, that's still being determined. Autopsy results will obviously give us a lot of information tomorrow.
And the 2 others injured, were they female?
I'm not going to speak to their identity right now. They're still under the care of the hospital, and yeah.
Neighbors have said that police have been to the house before. How familiar are police to this house?
Yeah, police had been there in the past, but it wasn't a frequent residence that we'd attended. I believe like one call in the previous year, and another one call previous to that. So,
Can you speak to the nature of those calls?
not at this point.
Any other questions?
Any leads on suspects at this point?
Still so early, and once we compile some more information, and if we have suspect descriptions or vehicles, we'll release it at that point. But like I said, very, very early right now.
Pretty, like morning, midday, almost, well, early morning, 9:15, sun's up, it's just kind of pretty brazen for this,
Yeah.
this time of day.
Yeah. Hard to speculate on what determines the time of the attack when it occurs, so we're looking into that.
A couple of home invasions in 24 hours, connected or not, what should Calgarians think about this sort of thing?
I think, yeah, it brings up a good point in being aware of what's going on in your neighborhood and those suspicious type of vehicles or people that might not sit with right with you. That's when we want to know that. So contact us and let us know that something doesn't look right here. We want to hear that information.
Anything else?
Thanks, everybody.